Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do something new for the channel. It's going to be an initial review. A lot of times I get new games and I don't really get through them very fast because I have kids and I'm kind of busy. And so I thought I'd give my initial thoughts after a few hours of gameplay, and then it will be followed up by a full review once I've finished it, but that can be a long time from now sometimes. Okay, this is going to be the initial review of the game Princess Peach Showtime. The game starts off as Princess Peach. You are entering a theater, assuming just to go watch shows. Then all of a sudden, this big witch lady comes out named Grape, which kind of a silly name. Comes and attacks the theater with her little purple goons and takes over the place. Then you, Princess Peach, are approached by a little star person thing named Stella, and they are like, hey, you gotta help me clean out this theater and get everything back to normal. And so Peach agrees. So Stella, I think it's a she, has the power, we're going to call her she for this video, has the power of Sparkle, which is to help counteract the dark power of Darkle, which I don't know how they came up with these names for this game, but some of them are charming, some of them are kind of a little weird. So the intro to the game, you're on the starting level of the theater. There's 4 arenas you can go into, or 4 stages. I think they are Sword Fighter, Patissier, Ninja, and Cowgirl. And so I'm assuming throughout the game there's different levels, different costumes, different abilities that you get through each one. The cool thing about it seems that they vary, the different stages vary. So you don't have the same win condition for each stage. The sword fighting one, for example, you're sword fighting, obviously. The patissier one, I don't think you fight at all. You just actually are designing cakes and muffins and cookies, and that's how you beat the level. The ninja one, which I think was my favorite one, you had to sneak for the most part. You had to fight some people too, but you had to sneak around without getting caught using various ninja techniques, like you walk up to a fence, you hold up a piece of paper that looks like a fence. I don't know, I thought it was cute. You go into the water, you have a little bamboo chute that you breathe through while you're walking under the water. Yeah, I think that was definitely my favorite one so far. And then the 4th one was Cowgirl, and you ride a horse for most of it, and you're kind of on this western chase with your lasso, and you have to catch all the bad guys. So yeah, they vary from stage to stage, which is pretty interesting. The gameplay wise, doesn't seem very difficult, which I kind of thought was nice because I was playing this with my daughters, and they were able to hop in and play and kind of progress through the level without getting stuck too badly. So far, there's really only 2 buttons you really press: is A and B. A, I think, is jump, and B is just your attack. So it's pretty simple, but the different levels so far have been interesting. Just the design of them, everything kind of feels new. I hope that continues as it goes through. I'm sure you'll repeat levels or you'll repeat powers later on, but as long as it's there's a variety as you go through, you probably won't get bored of it. Some of the other games that I play with my kids, they can be a little harder, like Mario Wonder. We tried, they really liked it, but there's just a lot going on in the game that can kind of hold them back, and they can die really easily. This game does have a thing you need to collect through the levels called, I think they're gems, like sparkle gems. And you need a certain number of those to get through get to the next level of the theater. So yeah, you use them to power up Stella, and then Stella can, I guess, for the first level. You open this dark door and you fight like a boss. I think it was refreshing that it switches up from kind of your classic side. It feels like it's a slower pace that you can move at throughout the level. It's side scrolling, but there's 3 dimensions to it, so you can go forward and back. But it's not, it's not like your typical Mario or Yoshi or Kirby or whatever. My girls really liked it so far. They like all the different costumes, the different abilities you can be throughout the theater. One thing I noticed is that you can't backtrack while you are in the level. So if you kind of go to like a next part of the I guess the production, the scene, you can't go back. So if you miss any sparkle gems or anything like that, you'll just have to redo it, because you cannot go back in certain circumstances. Sometimes there's just like a little door you can go into, like a little room, and come back. But yeah, if you kind of like move on, there's no going back. So you have to watch out for that. But yeah, overall, I think it's pretty fun so far. It's simple, it's charming, it's not super difficult, but it's a nice game, and it's cool to see, I guess, Princess Peach get her own little title here. And I have 3 my oldest are girls, and so it's fun to have, like, kind of like a girly game to play with them. They like it, and they think it's sweet. Yeah, that's my initial review of Princess Peach Showtime. Like I said at the beginning, I'll lay out a full review once I'm finished with the game, but I'll probably start doing these initial reviews for games, because yeah, a lot of times it takes me a while to get through like whole games. Like I think for my Fire Emblem, I don't know, it took me a year to get through the whole game. Granted, it was a longer game, but yeah, you can see how these initial reviews will come in handy. So hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.